All right. Welcome, everybody. Today is day 90. We are going to count backwards all the way down to day 1, which will be October 25th, 2019, the last day before we kick off our Hacking Better event in Louisville, Kentucky. This is a brand new event series. Most of you that have been around for a while know that we typically do a Keto Academy and then 3 days of more. So typically our events are big 4-day events, and we're shrinking everything into 2 days. I don't quite have all of the details yet. This is the first one, but I know, and if you've ever been to a Prove It event, you know there is so much power in everything that we do. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. So I'm really excited to work our way down all the way to day 1. And then I hope to see everybody that's tuning in to this 90-day series in Louisville, Kentucky. So we're going to keep these video trainings short. Today's going to be kind of like our intro call. We are going to keep these training calls. Our goal is going to be 15 minutes, but no matter what, we're going to shut it off at 20 minutes. And if there's so much content that needs to go past 20 minutes, we can push a topic to the next day. So I'm really excited. Last time we did a 90-day Rhino Run, the calls were a little longer, and it was just hard for some of us that do this part-time to catch up on the replays and to stay on top of it. And there is power on us focusing for the next 90 days. There's just a lot of power in that, and how we focus for 90 days. We get to the event, we focus on the event, and then we come out of the event with our hair on fire, running around, rocking and rolling. So I've got a small list of topics. Obviously, we're going to add to this. It's not just going to be me teaching. You're going to hear from rising champs. You're going to hear from Circle of Champions. You're going to hear from pro champs. Hopefully, we can get some ranked 10s and some legends to drop some content for us. And maybe we can have some other special guests. But over the next 90 days, we're going to talk about 10 days, inventory. We're going to talk about the best practices to run your business profitable. We're going to talk about the Go Challenge. We're going to talk about a track, connect, and roll, personal development, books, Audible, finding your rising champs to take your business to the next level, action, 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 goals. When I wrote this down, so I've changed my goals. I mean, I've followed people like Grant Cardone and how they write goals. I've worked with a lot of other people on how they do goal setting. I just revamped my own goal setting, and what I'm doing is I'm writing them, I'm reading them, and I'm evaluating my behavior. So like when I'm reading this list, how does my list of goals make me feel? And are the things that I'm doing throughout my day moving me closer to my goals, holding me where I'm at, or pulling me away from my goals? And there's just a lot of power in having goals. It's like we've talked on the last 90-day Rhino Run. If you get in a boat in the ocean and you just turn that bad boy on, you crank the gas up, you don't know where you're going to end up. You could end up all the way up here. You could end up all the way down there. So you have to have a path. It's like if you go on a road trip, you just start driving and driving and driving, and you don't have a destination. How are you ever going to get where you're going? And that kind of goes back to goal setting. You have to know where you're going if you're ever going to get there. Our goal is going to be to have some guest interviews, interview some people that are maybe not in the Brian James community. We're going to talk about IQ, AQ, EQ. If you don't know what that is, stay tuned. I'm not going to teach on it today. We're going to talk about events. We're going to talk about the pillars of belief. And there's so much more. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a Monday through Friday live call that everybody can plug into. And then Saturday, we have the Prove It HQ, 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time training and call. So we do not want to interfere with something coming from headquarters. And then we also have the Sunday night fireside chat for our team. So we will not be doing the Rhino Run at noon on Saturday and Sunday. This is going to be on Monday through Friday. Let's set the world on fire, and then let's let you get in your groove for the weekend. We don't want to double you up with calls. We want to make sure we're respecting your time. So many of us do this part-time, and a bunch of us do it full-time, but I don't think it's fair for me to load you guys up with a bunch of Zooms that take you out of action. The goal is to be out there, meeting people, sharing, hosting Keto Life parties, doing those things. And if we're spending our whole week on Zoom, you're not taking action. Like, is this action? Yes, you're taking action on learning, growing, developing, getting around other leaders in the company who are making it happen. And there is power in this, but there's also power in you getting out and meeting people and having one-on-ones, having Keto Life parties, getting together with your team, getting together with your leaders, getting together in small groups, large groups, all of that stuff. So the goal is 90 days is to grow your business. So we want to focus all of our energy on that. And we have a lot of good content for you. We had a little meetup here at my house last night to discuss the next 90 days. There are other leaders in Brian James's team who will be joining us at some point on this 90-day run. A bunch of them are either away at church camps where they don't have service. Some of them are visiting family that they only see once a year, and they're out at lake houses. So we are going to be pulling in some other Prove It teams that are working with Brian James and I. They're not directly the Rhino squad, but they are in the community, and they bring a lot of good value. And a goal every day is to increase our number of attendees. So I'm going to jot this down for day 90. We are at 11. So I'm writing that down. We have 11 participants. So our goal is going to be increase it. Obviously, I'd love to set the goal of doubling it, but let's increase it every day. Whether we have 12 people on tomorrow or 22 people, let's all set a goal to bring somebody else on. And this isn't just for current promoters. If you have somebody that's ready to pull the trigger on an experience packer, ready to sign up as a promoter, but they just quite don't have the funds together, or they need a couple of days, I would like you guys to get permission, reach up to your circle of champion or myself and say, hey, so we can just kind of feel it out. Like, if they're just curious about Prove It, they're not ready to promote, maybe we could pick a Zoom that would be best for them to get on and get a sneak preview. But let's get this thing going. The whole idea is to build momentum into Louisville. So right now, let's make sure that all of our focus goes to Louisville and that we drive excitement. Get off this call, take a screenshot, take a picture of your computer with all of our faces on here. Make a Facebook post, make an Instagram story post. Drive excitement that every day at noon you get to get around fired up people who are setting life on fire, who are excited, who are going places. Because let's face it, life is all about who you surround yourself with, which that'll come on a personal training topic. But it is awesome, and so glad to see all of your faces. Just because we said 15 minutes doesn't mean that it has to go 15 minutes. 15 minutes is the goal. No longer than 20 is the hard end time. We are at 10 minutes. I want everybody to get back to their Sunday. Kick it off, set some expectations, let you guys know what we're doing, why we're doing it, where we're going, how we're getting there, and let's get fired up for hacking better. I recommend everybody for your call of action today, go on YouTube, watch a David Goggins video. David Goggins is going to be like our premier speaker in Louisville. And make a Facebook post, even if you share out David Goggins' video or take a screenshot of something about David Goggins, or if you own the David Goggins book, it's over there somewhere, post a picture of the book. Talk about, I can't believe in 90 days I get to see David Goggins. I can't believe in 90 days I get to meet the baddest human being to ever live. Like, David Goggins is a beast. He was a Navy SEAL. He was an Army Ranger. He's an ultra marathon runner. He holds the world record for most pull-ups in 24 hours. The guy's been figuratively to hell and back. Like, when you hear his story and you see what he's gone through and how he wakes up every day and he attacks life head on like a rhino. This is the Rhino Run. We're also going to do some trainings about the rhino mentality. What is the rhino concept? But as you can see, I'm already getting fired up about the Rhino Run. But everybody's call to action today is to go make a David Goggins post. I can't believe I get to meet David Goggins in 90 days. Or I can't believe I get to go back and see David Goggins again, because some of the people on this Rhino Run call have already met David Goggins, have already been to an event where David Goggins is taught. And there's just power in getting around David Goggins. And the cost of one of our tickets to Louisville, you couldn't get a ticket just to see David Goggins for that price. And you get to see Brian Underwood, Josh Perry, and a whole lineup of other speakers, scientists, doctors. And you get to learn all the latest and greatest about Prove It. Plus, we're going to be in Louisville. That is Brian Underwood's hometown. That's where the corporate headquarters for the United States is. So there's just something special about being in Louisville. Muhammad Ali was from Louisville. So there's just a lot of really cool historic scenery and different stuff in Louisville. I can't wait to get everybody back there. I said I was wrapping this up, and then I got on a tangent, and I got ripping. So I hope everybody's having an amazing Sunday. Get out there. Let's seize the day. Let's take massive action. I had a phone call come in. So let's get out there. Let's take massive action. Let's seize the day. Let's get around people. Let's spread the amazing word about keto. And let's go change some freaking lives. And I'm super excited about the next 90 days. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 89. We're counting this bad boy down all the way to 1. I can't wait to see your faces in Louisville, Kentucky. That is all I have for today. I'm going to end on a compliance note. So my name is Nicholas Couch. I'm an independent promoter with Prove It. The views and opinions that I expressed here and today are of my own and not necessarily adopted or approved by Prove It Ventures Incorporated. So awesome. Have a wonderful day. This meeting is a wrap.